So I've got things pulled up here. I'm gonna present today some the circumstantial evidence and the information that has been released that is making claims that there is supposedly a diary that was acquired by Veritas Media, Project Veritas, um, that's supposedly Joe Biden's daughter's stolen diary. I'm not going to make any claims about its validity, about its whether or not it's valid or false or anything. I'm simply going to present the information. I don't want it to be true because if the sitting president has a son with a laptop that indicates that there could be some corruption and money changing hands, exchanges of political influence for cash in foreign countries and potentially domestically. I don't know. You know, it's like it's looking into it is one thing, but then anything being done about it is another. I'm sure at some point I'll look into the veracity of those claims as well. But for today, I just wanted to touch on this. Obviously, I would prefer if the laptop, the Hunter laptop, turned out to be false, and the diary that makes other claims, if that turns out to be false, that would be ideal. I do not want to believe that the sitting president is engaging in corruption. However, we're going to look at the articles that have been put out by major media sources, and then we'll look at the claimed diary and I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions. I'm just going to show you all the evidence, and it's up to you to decide if you think it's real, if you think it's not real. I think that a lot of people just aren't going to take the time to actually go find it, and the quick stops are going to tell you that there's nothing to substantiate the claims. If you just do a quick Google search, the top results are gonna throw it out immediately, pretty much. Um, all right, let's get into it. So Veritas claims that new leadership denied them protection after they bought the diary for $40,000. Um, Under new leadership since O'Keefe was ousted by the board earlier this year. I don't know if that had anything to do with that. That's not a topic of discussion that I really care about. Um, so the point is, okay, that the claim is that Ashley Biden reported that she had um, burglary and theft occur at her property, and then this diary surfaces, and the claims are made that they paid $40,000 for this. O'Keefe did the website run by O'Keefe did not publish excerpts, but another conservative website ran dozens of handwritten pages. Um, Veritas claimed it knew about the whereabouts of the actual diary and that the whistleblower had an audio recording of Ashley admitting it belonged to her. I did hear that audio recording, but there was no face and no proof, so there's no point in showing it. It's just more conjecture. Um, the Department of Justice began investigating the matter after a Biden family rep reported a number of Ashley's belongings had been stolen in a burglary, the Times reported. In a statement, O'Keefe claims journalists from the outfit were being targeted despite doing their jobs lawfully and honestly. So apparently, if I'm understanding this correctly, she left this at a location and someone found it and then notified media, and these journalists decided to buy it. Like any reporter, we regularly deal with the receipt of source information and take steps to verify its authenticity, legality, and newsworthiness. Our efforts were the stuff of responsible ethical journalism, and we are in no doubt that Project Veritas acted properly at each step, he added. In the statement, O'Keefe acknowledged the outfit received a grand jury subpoena and questioned how the Times found out about the raid despite Justice Department questioning. Okay, next. I'll put these in the description. I'll link all this stuff for anybody that wants to take a look at it. This is an opinion piece full transparency from the New York Post, but it's an opinion piece. Um, uh, I'm just link this. If you want to read the New York Times piece, it'll be clearly labeled. Um, Project Veritas employee leaked Ashley Biden's diary. This will be linked as well. I'm not going to spend a ton of time going through it. This is the first of two PDF hosting websites that I found. This is not the preferred one, but I'll link it just in case the other one goes down. So this is page 67 of the diary in question. Not sure whose it is, but it is a diary and it's the one that's being discussed. So on page 67, Joe Biden, without a question, has the best chances in a general election. This is what the news is reporting now. I think it might be the road to recovery. I've been vulnerable and being courageous as I can be. And then 3/12/19. So we are running. We meaning, the family. Announcement, because everybody's involved usually when a presidential run occurs. Announcement will be in April or early May. It is all super anxiety producing, but I just have to take it one day at a time and relax. I know the something to Del Rey will be good for me to get away and really focus on my recovery. I just have to stay relaxed and confident about my decision. So if you want to change pages, you can go up to the URL. Right now it says page 67. I'm going to go to page 25. And actually, let's start on page 24 because it's kind of let's just start here. Okay, let's. He had also taught me about my own pathetic, immature, needy behavior that I would like to change. I don't need to be needy. I need to be self-assured and. Oh, what did I do? Oh, okay. Sorry, that was the wrong page. I am an idiot. Um, I think I'm gonna go to an 8A meeting tomorrow night, and maybe he will be there, maybe not. But I've always been boy crazy. I remember pulling up my skirt in second grade and showing the boys my underpants, hypersexualized at a young age. What is this due to? I was molested. Was I molested? What is this due to? Question mark. Was I molested? I think so. I can't remember specifics, but I do remember trauma. I remember not liking the Woolsacks house. I remember somewhat being sexualized with Caroline. I remember having sex with friends at a young age. Showers with my dad. In parentheses, probably not appropriate. Being turned on when I wasn't supposed to be. I remember Q-tips. I hated getting my ears clean. Okay. You can read the rest of it. There's a lot of stuff in here about drugs and about depression. Whoever wrote this, I feel bad for them for sure. This is just an Intelligencer article about will this take down the Project Veritas organization. The other thing is that if this was false, the family could easily sue them to have it taken down. They could sue them for libel. They could sue them for defamation. They could come out and just release a statement denying its authenticity. They've done none of these things with either the laptop from Hunter, and they haven't done it with this stuff either. And I mean, this article was written on January 16th. I'm not sure, 100% sure when this came out, but so here's a Reddit post. This will also be linked. This is the page. And then there's a ton of comments down below. Fact checkers would say it's mostly false. um, so you got no media coverage on this either one way or the other to debunk it or talk about it to say it's false. It's just kind of been swept under the rug. But there is a comment that I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. If it was fake, it would just be a simple libel case, but Ashley Biden did report getting burgled sometime before the election, so the fact that the DOJ went looking for this diary confirms to be the same diary in question. That's not my opinion. I'm reading a quote off the screen. Again, draw your own conclusions. I'm just showing you the information to give you an idea of what kind of information is presented to you from the internet versus reality. If you spend some time trying to um, go to some different sources. So what I like to do, what I try to do, is I want to find sources from paid media outlets. I mean, supposed to be truth, but it's usually sponsored content. You've got opinion pieces that are kind of emotion-driven pieces. Usually, the person believes a certain thing and they're presenting a case. I like to get away from those ecosystems and go to message board type situations. Whether you're making a decision on whether or not you want to take a drug or whether you want to figure out what's going on here, it's good to go to the paid outlets and see what the establishment is putting out for media, but then go to message boards and see what people are specifically discussing about this. And like for instance, if you're thinking about taking SSRIs, I was curious about it at one point and did some research and found that serotonin reuptake inhibitors, while they were billed on the official drug websites as being amazing, when you went on Reddit, there were a lot of people complaining that because they were inhibiting serotonin reuptake, your body experiences a glut of serotonin when in fact you have a deficiency to start with. And then your serotonin production declines because your body senses that you have more than you need, which is not true. It's just not being reabsorbed by your body, and then it decreases production. So if you go off of it, prior you were making more and reabsorbing it. Now your body's decreased the production and will not ramp it back up. That's the same thing with artificial testosterone. If you take that, your body will never ever again produce as much testosterone as it did before you took artificial T. Just the way it works. Okay, so this is Reddit, and now let's go to the fact-checking organizations, right? So the fact-checking organizations, um, they're choosing a very specific quote, and I think that they're doing so on purpose. They're debunking a specific claim. They're not finding the source material and saying it's fake. They're simply debunking this right here, which is a media post that claims a quote that is actually not true. She didn't say she was frightened. She mentioned that she didn't say any of this. She just said that in the showers with her father. You know what? I don't want to misquote myself. So showers with my dad properly not appropriate. That's verbatim what the diary says. So they are saying unfounded, but the truth is should be like partially true because they're not sure. I don't know that anyone is 100% sure that that it is definitely not true. And in today's environment, can you trust the FBI when there's questions about somebody being charged for taking papers home when someone on the other side had 30,000 emails on a home email server and that was not followed up? So it seems to be that things are not fair and balanced in the justice system. The Lady Justice might have taken the blindfold off and might be looking at who's being accused and making decisions based on what their views are and their background and maybe their family name is, and behaving accordingly. So they also link to this PolitiFact fact-checking website has debunked the claim um, regarding the authenticity of the diary itself. So let's go over there and take a look at that. So what they're actually debunking and saying is false is that the FBI confirmed that Ashley Biden said her father molested her. So as we saw in the diary, the clear wording is, was I molested? I think so. I can't remember specifics, but I do remember trauma. I remember not liking the Wolzak's house. I remember somewhat being sexualized with Caroline. That's what it says. That's what this supposed document says. FBI did not confirm any contents of Ashley Biden's diary. This is the summary. FBI did not verify the diary's contents in its announcement of the plea deal or in charging documents. Announced a plea deal in a case Let's look at that. Involving theft and sale of handwritten journal belonging to an immediate family member of a politician. So that's not denying it. FBI did not name the politician or property owner. It's been widely reported for months that the case involved Ashley Biden, daughter of President Joe Biden. Some social media users took the FBI's announcement as a confirmation of salacious details. Again, they're not denying it. They're not saying that this is not Ashley Biden's diary. They're simply not confirming it. Joe Biden's daughter said that her dad showered with her. Inappropriate. The FBI confirmed it today. Read a September 9th Facebook post. The post was flagged as part of Facebook's effort to combat false news and information. It's wrong. The FBI did not confirm that any alleged contents. So they're fact-checking the FBI's confirmation. They're not checking the veracity and validity of the underlying source material, which almost no one has seen. And it was very hard to find it. Some of it was behind a paywall. It was very hard to find it, not behind a paywall and not behind a bunch of viruses. It announced that 2 Florida residents had pled guilty to conspiracy to commit interstate transportation of stolen property involving the theft of personal belongings of an immediate family member of a then former government official who was a candidate for national political office. Neither the announcement or the plea deal or charging documents name anyone other than the defendants Amy Harris and Robert Kurlander. So that was another question. I wanted to look at that document to see if she was named as the defendant, because then that's confirmation that we're talking about theft from a party. But apparently we're keeping that anonymous. Also suspicious, because if it's not her, why would they suppress whoever else it is? Why would the diary have direct references to Joe Biden's election campaign saying we are running, written in a manner that indicates that this person is part of their family? FBI also did not name Project Veritas either, writing that Harrison Kurlander had sold the diary and other belongings to an organization in New York for $40,000. So everybody's being left out of it except for the people that physically got a hold of the diary. Both FBI and Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe confirmed in November 2021 that the FBI searched the homes of O'Keefe and 2 others in connection with the case. According to the charging documents, the victim's property, including a personal journal, was stored in a room at a residence in Delray Beach, Florida, when they moved out. Oh, that was what was actually written that I didn't read quite. I was like, what is that? No, that was, let's go to 56, was it? 67, I think. Oh yeah, I know the move to Delray will be good for me to get away and really focus on my recovery. I just have to stay relaxed and okay, so another small link that is, I mean, either whoever wrote it fabricated this and had intimate knowledge about what they were fabricating, or I don't know what the other option is. I'm not gonna. I'm also not speculating that it is false, okay? I'm just saying it could be real, it could be fake. We're still leaving it up to you. I'm not telling you what to believe, just showing and reading what is on the screen. That's it. Um, Harris later moved into that residence in 2020. She discovered to whom the item belongs, then conspired with Kurlander to sell them to a group in New York, the court documents said. O'Keefe has said that the diary was provided to his group by tipsters and that he chose not to publish its content because he could not authenticate that the diary belonged to Ashley Biden. O'Keefe said the items were handed over to law enforcement agency. No charges have been filed against O'Keefe or anyone else in the case. A digital copy of the diary was eventually published by another conservative outlet, the National File, which said it obtained it from a Project Veritas whistleblower. Unfounded claims that Joe Biden is a pedophile ran rampant during the 2020 presidential campaign. PolitiFact could not find any credible accusations involving children against Biden in more than 40 years of public life. Yes, that's true. I've seen some videos where he acts weird around kids. He's kissing them, putting his mouth on them, touching them. They seem uncomfortable. It looks uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable watching it. He's weird with kids, but that's not. You're innocent till proven guilty in America, believe it or not. Despite how some people get treated in the media and in the courts, innocent till proven guilty. Joe Biden gets the same benefit of the doubt as everybody else. And it is correct. I'm not aware of any charges brought forth by any children against Joe Biden. A Facebook post claims FBI confirmed. FBI said no such thing. We rate this claim as false. Okay, so this is the end. Let's read this fully. A Facebook claims the FBI confirmed that Ashley Biden wrote in her diary that her father molested her as a child. The FBI said no such thing. The announcement of a plea deal involving two people who sold the diary does not mention either Biden's name, much less the content of the diary. We rate this claim as false. So you tell me how you feel, because this is not just about the Biden stuff. This is almost more about the fact checking and the fact that after doing some research and spending a decent amount of time trying to figure this out and trying to get information from multiple sources, which most people do not have time to do. This is why the media and the news is supposed to exist, is to do this for you. But since they're failing to do it, I decided to look into it myself, and I wanted to share this information with others so that they may be informed and make their own decisions without someone telling them what to think or only showing them part of the information, blah, 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 blah. We all know that everybody's lying to us and you can't trust anything, and it really sucks. So this is justice.gov. I'll link this too as part of the thing. Yeah, Amy Harris, Robert Kurlander, Jupiter, Florida. Um, Prosecution of this case is being handled by the office's Public Corruption Unit. So this is federally prosecuted. I'm not sure what the actual, I don't know. If you want to read, you can figure out what the actual charges are. I guess theft of personal property. Um, uh, they pled to something. I think it's sealed. I don't think you're going to see much more information than what's displayed here. The wiki, and this means nothing. Pretty much anyone can edit this, but the wiki also claims to substantiate this and cites source 5556, which are down here at the bottom. New York Times. I'll open this. Goldman, and why not? We can. Oh well, I can't read that, so hell with that. Like, oh, can't read that either. Perfect. So the sources that they used, I don't have access to. I wouldn't pay a dime. I wouldn't even pay a penny for some trash like that. And they can stay behind that paywall where they belong. That way I don't have to look at their trash because that place is a cesspool. A lot of places are full of people with ideologies instead of interest in free media and unbiased reporting of facts. People are trying to affect certain change that they'd like to see, as opposed to being like impartial. They're social justice warriors working and getting paid to do their thing. Um, at this point, if anyone who doesn't want to wait just a second can, this is the end, but I am going to see if I can find the, even though it doesn't show anything, see if I can find the video that shows the phone conversation, because I did see it. It's just a matter of how difficult is it going to be to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'll link this too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. I'm not a forensic phone call expert. Um, Making zero claims about the veracity of this as well. This is supposedly, it's got the watermark from Veritas, Project Veritas. Be brave, do something. Visit projectveritas.com /brave. Veritas tips at protonmail.com is watermarked at the bottom of this. It is not from them directly though. All right. Point, and I don't mean to. I don't want to have to get Secret Service involved in this, right? Because it's a whole process.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I am Ashley Biden. It is my stuff. So if you could just give all of that over, I would really appreciate it. I know you sent a picture to my husband with a camera and a few other things that are mine as well. So that would be really great. Where is a good place for him to meet you? Point, and I don't mean to. I don't want to. Okay, so that's it. That's all the stuff that I'm gonna bring today. I guess if you want, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it's real? Do you think it is fabricated? What is your gut instinct on this? I'm not gonna weigh in, but I hope you guys take care. I hope that this was valuable and interesting to you. I know it's not the most fun subject matter to talk about, but someone's got to do it. So I love you guys. Take care, and I will talk to you again soon.